attention to my mini-map at least. We're getting close. We're at the spitters now, so I gotta remember the spitters are easy, right? Once we get through the spitters, don't let them deceive me with their easiness. We are gonna get ran over by these stupid imps. Almost makes me wonder if going through the front gate would be easier. Oh, put a dot like the website. Yeah, it'll filter the URLs kind of stuff. That's just Twitch by default. I don't think I've actually changed any settings. The only thing I've actually changed on Twitch in the last 14 days or whatever it is that I'm at now. Would you go and attack him? Is the follow and the sub alerts. I just changed the sounds. Well, no, on the follow I changed the sound and the size of it. It literally would take up the entire screen. So I changed it so it's like 20% of its normal size, so it's just sitting there in the middle. And I changed the sound on it. I think that's the only thing I've changed on Switch. Everything else has been default. Even the ads are default of what you would get. You always use the rotating compass. In any game that has a rotating compass, I can't do it. I don't like it. I always lock it. I always want north, straight up. And then I can tell I'm going east. I'm going west. I'm going south, you know. You know, I never use the rotating because it just screws me up. I've always just been used to locked. Elite bow attack. Must be this guy. Ugly ass Bram. What are you guys attacking over here? And we're back. I'm sure there's a lot of things I should be capturing to try and make this easier. I know you guys mean well, but you have to also look at it from my perspective as a brand new player. You guys know what to expect and what would help in certain situations based on your experience with the game that you've had so far, right? I've had literally no experience with the game, right? This is my first time playing through in a serious fashion. Yes, I played the Dervish before, but I have no idea what's going on in Prophecies. I didn't even know what the hell was going on back then. I'm sure if I logged into my Dervish right now and the skills that are on my bar make absolutely no freaking sense. Like, I have more knowledge now than I did back then, just from learning from the game. Before, I was just playing for the hell of it to get past time until Guild Wars 2 was released, and then I got invited to the beta, and I was just done. You know, I never touched the game again, so I never really actually learned anything. So with that being said, as a new player coming into this game, they're not going to know to go out and do those things that you're talking about, right? Most new players are not streaming this, right? You might get a new streamer that's playing for the first time every now and then. Like me and this guy, the Hellion, whatever, however you say his name. He's a first-time player too, and I think he's playing through Nightfall right now. Alright, we got that done. Need to come up here and put a well down. I need to focus for a second. But for most new players, especially the ones that are not streaming, they're just going to go through this game and not have any idea about those things that you guys are talking about. The only reason why I have an elite skill is because I knew from people telling me that there were elite skills in the game, and that I would eventually find one. So I kept that signet on my bar the entire time. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to take that signet off my bar so I could make room for something more useful in the situations that I was finding myself in, right? Without that signet on my bar, there were plenty of times when I could have had like condition removal or other kind of spells that would have helped me in my journey, but I left that signet on my bar because I knew eventually I was going to find a mob that would have a skill that I wanted. But I didn't know that. I wouldn't know that if it wasn't for like you guys telling me. To be fair, when I learned about the signet and capture and Lion's Arch, I went back to Ascalon and tried to cap all the elites I could. I'm sure there's people that do that too, you know? But as far as like me, I knew elite you probably couldn't get. I don't know this for sure. But my train of thought is I'm not going to get an elite spell from a mob back in a level 5 zone. And it wasn't until the trial to ascend that I eventually got an elite skill for a necromancer that I wanted. But I didn't think I'd seen an elite skill until then. But I had no idea from the time I hit Lion's Arch all the way up to Ascension trials that there was no elite skills for me in between there. At least what I encountered. I didn't know I was not going to see my necromancer elites until I hit the desert. You know what I mean? So that entire time, all through Maguma Jungle, when I was going through that hellscape, I could have had another skill on my bar that would help me. But then the signet was just chilling. Did I just go the right way, or I just cleared this? I think I just cleared this. Silly me, you wanted to get them all. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. That's the Pokemon. That's the Pokemon nature that we all have in our... It's in a gamer's psyche that you want to capture it all. You know what I mean? And I don't even know if I blame that on Pokemon, because I was never a Pokemon player back then, but I do... It's the fear of missing out. It's a stock trader's term. It's called FOMO. It's an acronym for fear of missing out. FOMO. And that's just human nature. It's a psychology thing. We do, as a human species, have a fear of missing out on things that we might not be part of, but we want to be part of, or we want to to not necessarily be part of, but capture that moment, because we as humans understand that our time is fleeting, you know what I mean? And may never experience that again. So we have that perspective of missing out. Well, the Mesmer Elite is probably the strongest in game, which will definitely help your hero Mesmer. Then the Monk Elites heal a bunch. I think my favorite elite to get for heroes was Unyielding Aura, Divine Favor, Monk's Skill. Okay. Let me ask you this question. Oh, what is happening? Oh, you guys are just attacking them. Okay. Do you feel that someone would know to look for these things or do these things if it wasn't? If I wasn't streaming? Do you feel I would know that, hey, I should probably go and look for elites and change? I still haven't encountered anything, at least through the Prophecy storyline, that tells me... Oh, shit, here we are. Okay. That tells me that I can change my secondary class. You realize that? If I was just to buy this game and not go out to the wiki and just play the game for what is presented in front of me without going off to third-party websites or tools or programs, because I haven't installed any mods or anything like that, this game has still not told me that at level 20, I am able to change my secondary. I only know that from you guys. The game has not told me that I am able to do that, at least what I've encountered. And I've done a lot of the side quests and followed the main story quest, and it still has not told me that I am capable or able to change my secondary class. As far as I'm concerned, as a new player coming to this game and only focusing on the game and not using third-party websites or streaming it, let's say, I am a necromancer elementalist, and so far I am stuck in that. You think it asks you when you kill your twin? I don't remember that. It doesn't say anything to me, as far as I'm sure. I don't think so. I wasn't presented with a box on my screen asking me if I wanted to swap. I don't think so. It might have. It very well could have.
Dear Diary.
Blah blah blah. Shut up. Alright, Ascension awaits our last ascension step. So it was during this one. Oh, I hate these swords. There's too much health. It was a crazy experience. I'll never forget that. Lower blood magic. Okay, so this is where we do our ascension. Oh, that was tequila heavy on that one. I gotta put. That would be great, wouldn't it? There, it was a big, wide open area. And was the story through that wall, and instead of going through the hole that he. All right. I just want to let everybody know, even. Yeah, so we're putting. Alright, so this is after you kill your doppelganger. We're putting our skill bar back together. useless as kids. So when he told me to fix the wall, I knew how to fix the wall. It said I had. Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I wasn't actually paying attention. I know you weren't here for this ridiculous when we killed this guy. So here you go. You get to see it how we did it. Thanks to Agnar's recommendation. Why are there no words being said? We did what I said before when I changed my skill bar over to. So you'll see here. All see, right. He sacrifices 66% of his life, and I pull him out. I run this way, make you. And then you see on my bar, I only have those 2 skills, and then I don't do anything, and he just kills himself. So that was Agnar's recommendation. So thank you. He actually hits me harder than I can do it. That's crazy. How does he get the hit with his staff for 40, right? But my staff only hits for 9 or 10. What is that? That's exactly what is that? Why does he hit me for 40, but I only get the hit for 10?
Your ascendance.
All right, so
now complete.
That was finally the fight. We're working on it for a couple days now. Want the now I. All right, so we come out of that. I guess you have to talk to him, but nothing in the story, nothing in the game tells you to talk to him again. Right. So I'm gonna come out of the CGI, and it doesn't tell me to do any of that. Bro, I wouldn't even put it past me that it's a skill issue. I know nothing. I really know nothing. I'm like Jon Snow of Guild Wars. I know nothing, right? Now I need to put all of my stuff back together. I don't even remember what was going on here. See, it just moves you to the next area, and you can see at the top it says Enter Mission. Cast that. This is not the same area that you went into. So you're not even in the same area to talk to him. Healing one. Right? It moved you along. Right? So if you're supposed to talk to him again to know that you can swap your secondary class, but it moved me along. I'm not even in the same area anymore. Pump this back down. You see what I mean? Up. The game doesn't present it to you. It just pushes you along. Like, here you go. Right? I suppose we can put one in Death Magic. You see that now? Okay. So this lasts 41 seconds with a 45. Okay, so it's not me. The game pushes you along, right? So it never presented the fact to me that I am able to do that. And here I am in the Ring of Fire struggling when I could go back, change my secondary, hunt better elite skills than this thing that I have. This is the only one that's actually been presented to me. This is the first one. I'm sure there's been others, but I took the signet off my bar. But here I am. You know what I mean? Like, this is where we are now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, fuck! What is this spawn, dude? You see, when you stream and you have VODs, you have proof. I have evidence, brother. It wasn't presented to me. I don't care what you say. I have evidence. These things were not presented to me as a new player. It's for me to understand that I am able to do this. I need to refill my drink. I'll be right back. Oh, great. Ad starting soon. And I can't snooze it. Let's see. Yeah, that's where I thought the spirit mentioned it before the fight. .6% of his health. I used all my damage skills and I still couldn't kill him. What is this? Tequila. I figured, Dr. Pepper. I gotta say, the only reason why I moved out here was, my grandmother was... Alright. So we were done with that. So
welcome
that
back,
means we
guys.
need to talk to
And
the
yeah,
priest
you're
over
true.
here.
It is
Before
literally
I do
pennies.
that real quick, just give me 1 second.
I was just looking through this to see if what you said is true about it being before the fight instead. But I don't think so.
There she is.
In case
Oh, there's my puppers. Right
any of you guys are wondering. Oop.
there.
Ah, God,
Yeah, just a good girl, huh?
that's my puppers. That is the doggy I am chit-chatting with. Can you hear me talking to my dog? Her name is Bella. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the
Only
poppers.
All right.
She's a she's a 7-year-old. Wait, 2019. This is 2006. She turns 7 at the end of next month. Wait, it's still May. July. At the end of July, she turns 7.
I need to get back to the game. Yes, I do. I need to get back.
And she still has the energy and playfulness
I need
like
to
she
get back to
was
the game, baby girl.
1 year old.
Is that okay with you? Tonight, man. It's been a rough day. Yeah, it is. Out of school when then New Year's Eve, how hard it was. I'm a Gen X. I'm the last Gen X. I played Ultima Online when that game came out. It was a lot of fun.
So you speak to the three lords.
Return.
The three lords, the first time you talk to them, tell you where the trials are, and the second time they tell you, "Thank you for completing your task. You're ready. Go to the front." And the only thing I can think of is that first guy you're talking about. But all he says is, "You've completed your task. Are you ready for me to teleport you into the trial?" So before and after, well, before, you're never told about being able to change your secondary, and then after, as you've seen, once you finish killing your shadow self, it teleports you to a new area, and you never talk to that guy again unless you purposely go back for some reason that you might have, like a side quest or something that you still need to turn in, and for some reason you click on him. Once you kill yourself, new spirits will pop up in those 3 locations in the desert. So it is still kind of hidden. Yeah, exactly. It's not something that the game presents to you as something you can do to help you get by any kind of roadblocks you might encounter in the future, which is what we're kind of experiencing right now. Right? There's nothing... Holy crap, that was a far away shot. Can we get way over here? Nope, they're falling back. You can also use the Temple of Belsar to change at any time. Right, what if we put you guys here? Try this again. Oh, where'd they go? They were right here. What happened? Was it a pat? Oh, my guys are going. No, don't die. Oh, my goodness. Alright, that was absolutely horrifying. I was laser focused. So focused I didn't even swap back to my staff. I was too busy making sure I was pressing the right buttons at the right time. Oh my god, that was horrifying. That is... So far, I have to say, out of all of my experience in Prophecies, that one pull right there is probably the scariest pull I've ever done. And it's not because necessarily of what it is. It's because I died 3 times before I got here the first time. And then the 4th time I died. And all of this progress was lost and I had to do this all over again. So that was absolutely the most horrifying pull I have done in Guild Wars 1 so far. Because, what is my stream time? 2 hours and 37 minutes. It has taken me 2 hours and 37 minutes. Granted, I have stopped to chat with you guys and I've enjoyed that. But it has taken 2 hours and 37 minutes of my life to get here twice. That's why that pull was horrifying for me. That is one of the most horrifying pulls I've ever done in my life, right there. So if I fail again, at least you got some more time to do before finishing. I don't blame you. Yeah, that was... Personally, that was the most horrifying pull I've ever done in my life. Because if I look at this map, this is all that's left of this section, right? So I've gotten here twice now, and this is all that's left. Unless I magically get teleported over here somehow, and we're gonna do all this shit, but I doubt it. I'm sure that's for another mission. Oh, deep breath. That was fucking horrifying. I just need to take a second. Reminds me of times when I tried to do UW with just heroes. I have no idea what UW is, but I'm sure I'm gonna feel the pain. And it's not necessarily pain. It's like a sense of accomplishment mixed in with a sense of horror, right? You're horrified something's gonna go wrong and you have to do all this shit all over again. But also a sense of accomplishment when you get it done. Ugh. Oh my god, where are they going? I don't want both these groups together. So what is happening right now? Nope, nope. We're not pulling that. We're not pulling that. There's 6 of them. I can barely handle 4. There's no way I'm doing 6. Nope, nope, nope. They're still coming. I'm pulling back. All right, these guys. Oh, they're running away. They're running away. I can't. All right. So they're gonna go that way. We're gonna grab these 3 right here. All right, grab these guys. Go, 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 go. Alright, move. We don't want caught in any AoE that these guys are all gonna get caught in. Alright, we're looking good. Drop a heal field. That guy's dead. Put our regen up, and we're good. We're good. We are cooking. We are cooking. Oh my god, what did I just get hit with? Meteor shower. Get out of the meteor shower. We're gonna wait for these imps to come back. That was smooth. That was smooth. Reminds me of blah, blah, blah. Yeah, tell me about it. It's endgame dungeon. Yep, underworld. Okay, alright, we're going for the other three. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Get him, get him. We need to recast my heal. Put a life gain. Put a life gain on this guy. Life tap him, and then put our regen up, and then put this guy on health gain on death, and then put our life taps up on everybody. Alright. Alright, we are clear, I think. We still have some imps over here, and we're going to take care of them. There's a named over there for another 2%. Alright, we are focused in, guys. We are focused in. Alright, we're going to put our heal up. You're going to go get them. Move out of the AoE. Life tap everybody, so everybody has some healing on physical. Start tapping. Good, good. Wow, that was the fastest I've ever seen you kill all three imps. Alright, we are dialed in. Jeth Spray Burst. See, once he figures out the walking patterns, he kills them easily. Well, this is the second time. The first time I was busy chatting with you guys, right? And I wasn't fully paying attention. And as I explained before, we had just gotten out of the area with the spiders, which makes you feel that I think the game does this on purpose, right? So they give you these spiders, and I literally was able to take 3 groups of spiders at one time, so it made me feel super powerful. And then you get through those spiders, and you're introduced to those imps, and you're still feeling like you're super powerful, right? And then you get to those imps, and you're like, whatever, that's just imps. These little tiny things on my screen. They barely take up between Devona and Malona on a screen right here. That's how big they are. You feel powerful, like you just run right over them, and then you get to them, and they shit all over you. They literally shit on you. I don't even think they shit on you. If you were on fire, I don't think they would piss on you to put you out. That's how powerful those imps are. And then you're not even thinking about it. You just go. And then the game just backhands you and says, no, you are wrong. And it makes you start all of this all over again. That's the game. Yeah, I know. I should have. And you know what? Angar, I'm going to get really close to the mic here, so I apologize if this is loud, but I'm going to move my pop filter out of the way, and I'm going to get really close. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me talking right now? One of the first quests in this game is those rebels, or those bandits, that throw fire at you. These fire torches. They throw them at you. It's the same thing as an imp attack. You should have learned this at the very, very beginning of the game before you even realize you even have a slash bonus to get that imp. Because there are NPCs that at the very beginning of the game hit you for 30 damage in attack instead of the normal 5 to 10. And they do it from ranged. And they go nuts. And I ran into 3 of them, and they absolutely wiped the floor with me. I should have learned it then. And I did learn something then. Apparently. Not enough. Not enough to learn that 20 levels later I would need that same training that I learned back at level 1 or 2. I would still need that training. But here we are. Here we are. Still needing that training. Alright, we got a keeper, and a named. Alright, so we know these keepers are mesmers, so we want to kill them. That named is a mesmer, but we want to kill the lesser ones, so we have less mesmers to deal with. Alright, we're looking good, Let's put up a heal field. Get it up, Alright. That lessens the strain on my healers so they can attack. We're looking good. Named is going down fast. It's going down fast, boys. Flame artifact, and it's absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. And we don't have any keys for that chest. Alright. Where are we going, boys? I have no idea. It looks like we're going in a circle. Alright. Yep, we went in a circle. We didn't even have to go. I did not want to go through this. Can we go up here? Nope, that's a dead end. We have to go through this. Oh, and there's imps on the other side. I am literally facepalming right now. I know you guys can't see me because I don't have a webcam, but I am facepalming right now. I have to go through this lava. Let me do this. Let's send them first. Let's see how they fare. Alright, they're at 2/3 health, and they're out. Or a healer is stuck in the lava trying to heal. Instead of getting out and then healing, because the AI is so smart, it literally stopped right here in the lava to heal. And Lena is draining. Alright, Lena's good. Everyone else is draining. What's going on over there, guys? Why are you still draining? What is happening right now? They still have debuffs. You guys shouldn't be in actual lava. Go over here. Get away from the... Oh, yeah, they're in lava. Okay, I see it now. Alright. We're gonna give them a moment to recuperate and get their shit together. Nobody has a debuff on them. I went all in. You would have just sent one. Yeah, I guess that's true. I should have done that, right? But, you know, YOLO. I guess that is another lesson I have not learned yet. And I've yet to learn it. So we have imps over here. Imps need AoE meteor showers, which means insta-death for a lot of my ranged if they all pile up, which they will. And that's at the end of a slow and lava. And if I pull them, they will probably stay in the lava and take damage, but they will AoE the shit out of my guys too. And then these guys, Mox and Devono, like idiots, will run off into the lava to fight these guys. So we're going to set them on passive so they do not run off. And they stand right there. I do not want you guys to move, okay? I'm going to bring this back up so that the stream can see. You are set to avoid combat, alright? Hopefully this works. We are going to pull, see what we can do here. Actually, they're pretty far away. Now, if I command them to go here, obviously they're going to aggro them. But they'll be on flat ground and not lava. We're going to try it this way first. This one's closer. Attack him. Pull back a little bit. Attack. Pull back. Attack. Holy crap, I'm getting wrecked. No, 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 no. Heal me. Thank you. Alright, are they coming? Alright, we're going. We're attacking. It's looking good so far. These guys are standing still, not going off to die. That's good. If I could just get my ranged. Holy crap. Alright. You guys need to defend. Go. Alright, heal field. That helps a lot. Alright, kill the last two. Their AoE is just absolutely disgusting. Kill that one. Nope, nope. Cancel all of that. You passive, passive. Everybody stand here. Oh my god, that was almost a disaster. I know you can't see me right now, but I literally have my hands covering my face, just buried in my hands, just so glad and happy and like mad at the same time. But I'm so glad and happy we didn't just die right there. That was absolutely disastrous. That is not the way to do that bull. Anyone who is watching this on YouTube in the future, which this probably won't release until like June 10th or June 11th when my release schedule is going to release this episode with this particular moment in it. Do not do what I just did. Okay? That is not the way to do it. I know I succeeded, but that was absolutely disastrous. Do not do that again. Meteor shower. Exactly. They came in the lava and they meteor showered, and what, as you saw, wiped out 3 out of my guys. I literally had to bring up my guys again and tell them what to do. I'm trying to avoid telling my heroes what to do as much as possible. Yeah, half of my people died. That was disastrous. Half of my people shouldn't die. Nobody should die. Nobody should die. Maybe one. Maybe one person should die. But the AoE of the imps is ridiculous. So, people on YouTube, do not do what I just did. Just send your entire army across like I just did right now. Just send them across. See how much damage I took from the lava? That's a hell of a lot less than the imps just did to me. Just send them over. And when they get over here, they'll start attacking. And they'll be on normal ground, and they'll kill them. Alright, so we have Mesmers over there. It is all henchmen. It's normal. Yeah. Henchmen are normal to die. This is true. If you're trying to minimize your losses, though, I feel the proper way to attack that lava gap is to just send them. This one... Nope, nope, nope. I wanted to click on that Mesmer to see what kind of health it was losing, but it's not actually losing health because I think it's flying over the lava. I think we just send these over the lava here too. I think this is a full send. Just walk right by this keeper. Actually, we probably want to kill this keeper. Actually, I think what we're going to do is because this keeper gets so close to us, we're going to swap to our longbow. I can run in the lava that way to try and pull him a little further into our group. But now he's back on land. So if I do this and full send it, and we all go while they're over here and over here, can we get on land? We're at 2/3 health. Cancel this. Dude, they're canceled. Why are they all standing there? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god, die. Bring up a field. I'm up by myself. What is happening right now? Get over here. Why am I by myself? Kill him. Kill him. What is happening right now? Why are you not attacking? Oh, they're still on passive. Go! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm an idiot! I'm a fucking idiot! So that was the right call. My heroes were just on passive. Oh! This mission is teaching me so much. So much. Oh my god. No, the lava was fine. Overthinking it was fine. Because I totally feel, right? I totally feel. If we were still over there, and that Mesmer came to like here, I still think it would be better for you to pull it and run this way to pull it a little further into your group and fight it over here, right? Than it was to run over here. But because he pathed back over here, and the other two were over here, that it was fine for me to walk over here. The problem was my two melee are on passive still. Okay? They were on passive. These guys right here, they were on passive. They were avoiding combat, and I did not see that my guys were still attacking. And I felt I was alone, right? Because they were just standing here in a pile. The moment I switched these guys to where they should have been, which is on guard or aggro, whatever you feel is comfortable, they did what they were supposed to do. They did what they were supposed to do. So if I had transversed that lava with them on defend and aggro, we would have been just fine. I wouldn't have stressed out like I just did. I literally just gave myself a new gray hair on my head at 45 years old because I did not switch them. Okay? So like I said earlier, oh no, I said this in Napoleon's chat, which is someone, he's my first subscriber. He's the first person to ever subscribe to me. He gave me a Twitch Prime. I went into his chat earlier today and I said, yes, I am enjoying this game. I love this game. The story is great. 80% of the time, I find that my aggravations with the game are my own fault. I realize the game, in Prophecies at least, is not hand-holding me, and the aggravation I'm finding is because I'm hitting a brick wall that you're not supposed to go through. There's another path. And I find that other path, and I'm fine. The other 20% of the time that I'm aggravated with this game is the henchmen and the heroes AI. Like, literally, if there was a mob right here, right? This is a melee mob. Say there's a melee mob right here, and there's a melee mob back here, but this one's a priest and this one is a tank. And I'm telling all of my guys, all of them, hitting control space, spamming the shit out of it, that I want them to attack the priest that is behind the tank. The melee AI that I have will stop attacking the melee tank, look at the guy that's standing behind him, and not do a fucking thing. They will literally stand there and stare at the guy over here. When they're standing in front of the tank that is standing here, when all they have to do to attack this guy over here is do this, right? You looking at my mouse cursor? It's right here, right? All they have to do is do this. Move to the side and go. All they have to do is a simple little move. It's just move to the side and go. But they won't. They stand here because there's something in the way of their pathing to the healer that's in the back line. But there's plenty of room for them to walk around. But they won't do it. That's the 20% that aggravates me about this game. And I understand. This is an older game. I understand it. So, I've grown. I've realized in my time of playing these missions that what I have to do in order to get this guy around the tank so they attack the healer is I have to go over here, press this, and tell them to go over here. I have to tell them to move over here, and then I can release them, and they will go after them. Right? I've learned that. I've learned that from the coding. Heroes are awesome. Heroes, I am sorry to say, suffer from the same problem. Okay? They suffer from the same problem. I'm going to snooze this ad break since I can do it now. So instead of 3 minutes, you got another 8 minutes. There you go. They suffer from the same problem. Heroes will still do the same thing. They will stop at this melee mob right here instead of going to there. Right? If combat is engaged and then Mox and Devona are engaged with this character, and I realize, oh shit, there's a healer in the back, and I click on it, and I literally hold down control and spam spacebar. I'm spamming the shit out of control and space. Right? I'm spamming the ever-living shit out of control and space. I'm hitting this at least 15 times. You'll see it in my chat logs, right? No, let's not bring it up now, but I do it all the time. I sit there, whenever I hit control space, I'm usually doing it at least 5 times. Calling them to attack the healer in the back, not this guy. Forget that guy, he doesn't matter. Hit this guy back here. Mox and Devona, even though they're heroes, they suffer from that same problem as, say, I don't have a good example as henchman right now, but if there was a melee henchman, he'd do the same thing. They literally will stop attacking the melee guy that's standing right here and just stare. They will literally stand there and do absolutely nothing and stare at the guy that's back here. Because there is a guy standing between them, where they are, so they're here, the mob is here, the healer's here. So there's a mob between them and the healer. So they will literally stand there and stare at him. And they'll think, at least I think they're thinking, from, I don't even know what kind of perspective they give that. Right? They will sit there and stare at him like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. They will not do a damn thing. They'll just stand there and stare at him. My ranged guys have no problem changing targets because there's no mob technically between them because they're ranged. But the melee AI needs work, right? Henchmen, fine, you can do that, right? But if there was a mob right here and the melee was right here, with any kind of AI, it would literally, any kind of modern AI at least, would know, oh, well, this guy is blocking me from getting to this guy. But if I'm standing here, and the mob is here, and the guy that the player wants me to attack is here, all I have to do from here is go, whoop, that's it. All I have to do is literally take one step to the side. One step. Just bloop, bloop. Let me do it again, just in case you missed it. Bloop. Right here. Right? So they go from here to here, and then they can go there. Right? Because they bypass the guy standing here. So they just go bloop, 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 bloop. That's all they have to do. That's it. That's it. Simple. Right? You think that's simple, but because it's an older game, the 20% of time that I mentioned to Melinar that I get annoyed with this game But I understand because it's older AI is they don't understand that all they have to do what I tell them to do is sidestep. They don't understand the concept of sidestepping. So they don't sidestep to get to the character that I want them to do. So, understanding that the 20% of the time that I get annoyed with this game out of things that are out of the game's control with the AI of it being older, I have now adapted to the fact that I now understand that if I want them to sidestep and go to this guy, I have to come over here. I have to waste my action time or pay attention to not only my skill bar, I have to come over here or keybind it if you want to and tell my group of melee that instead of being here, I want you to be here. Right? So I have to move these guys from the position that they were in. It was right here. Right? So they're here and they're engaged. These are all melee. Let's pretend these are all melee. They're engaged with a mob that's standing right here. But I control space spam the shit out of them and tell them I want them to attack a healer right here that is healing this mob right here. So they're gaining no headway because this healer is uncontested healing this guy right here that they're all engaged with. And I'm like, no, fuck that. I want you to kill that healer back there. So they're all standing here like, okay, control space, but I can't get there because I'm flabbergasted. I don't know how to get there. This guy right here is blocking my way. I don't know how to do that. So I understand that I need to click this button, click over here, move them to the side, and then release them and control spam the space out of the shit, and then they will get there. See? That's how you do it. That's what I've learned. That's the 20% of the game that I get annoyed with. The other 80% I love. I love this game. So far, in my experience, I've had nothing but love for this game. The only thing I hate is the AI that your NPCs have is just what I explained right there. That simple little sidestep AI that they do not have, that I now have to take my time to click and then wait till they get there and then disengage them and control space spam the shit out of them. That's my only flaw with the game that I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like that I have to do that. I don't like that the AI does not know that, oh, to get to this guy, all I have to do is go, I can just step over here and go. Right? That's the only thing. That's the only thing. I love the shit out of this game so far. The story has been fantastic. I've loved the story. I've thought about the story while I'm not streaming. The fact that I get to the point where I'm just like, I cannot wait to start streaming tomorrow because I want to play more of the story. I want to know what's going on. I want to feel it. But there are just some things, like these lava imps. What are these things? What are these things? They are absolutely overpowered. Look at that. 124 health in the span of a split second. Gone. Gone. Gone! I had to get away from the group to make sure no one else died. I love the story. I love the game. It suffers from being an old game. That's all it is. If you can take your mind and wrap around the fact that your AI is fucking stupid, right? It is absolutely stupid. There's no other way to put it. These guys are stupid. The newer expansions that gave you these heroes that are supposed to be smart, let me tell you, Mox right here, this big guy right here, is absolutely certified, needs to be in an institutional home. He is absolutely stupid as well. He has no idea what's going on. You have to control him. You have to literally tell him, I want you to go here, and then attack this guy over here. Because if there's a guy blocking his path, he has no idea what to do. Absolutely zero. Other than that, game is great. Absolutely fantastic. I love the challenge it presents. I love everything about this game so far. Look, boom, 124 health gone. Boom, another 124 health. Stin is looking deadly here. I don't know what's going on there, but that's crazy. Everyone's living. Okay, good. Alright, let's drop a heal field. Wink at this guy. These imps are absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry I went off on that rant there, but that is my only pet peeve with this game. Everything else has been absolutely fantastic so far. So, if the two guys that actually work on this game happen to across this rant for some reason, one or another, please fix the AI on this game. Please make it smarter. You don't even have to change much. I don't even know if it's only two guys that you working on this game anymore. It might actually be an actual team now. But if you're watching this, please, please, please fix the AI. Please let them so they know how to sidestep a mob so they can get to the character you're telling them to actually kill. That's all. I'm done. I'm done. Ow. What was that? Cry of frustration. The target foe is using a skill. That foe and all the area are interrupted. Okay. The meteor shower also knocks you down to the ground, which means you take more damage. Why do I have 200 gold just lying on the ground? Oh, I know why. Because I was ranting.